like there's any big changes or anything.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for that delay. We did have a bit of a update to the Dota game here, and then all the teams got affected there as well. But we are back for game number 2 in this best of 3. Darkside haven't taken the first game against. Game has changed. What do you want to see this game, Mac?
I'd like to see another unorthodox draft coming out, actually. I think that would be fantastic. I mean, it changes up the whole game to see something different.
I know, and I think we kind of criticized it just a little bit, and we thought it wasn't going to do too much. And then at the end of the day, they did happen to win that game, and maybe just Alchemist haven't farmed a bit too much there.
10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely, and then it was Peanut on that absolutely amazing Earthshake that it just worked phenomenally well. So,
Dire team
officially, I think we have to say, you know what, we might have messed up a little bit, and just doubted that Earthshaker, but props where props are due.
Yeah, I don't think we kind of really thought, no, a Grim with an Earthshaker, with a Lion, with a Brewmaster is going to do too much. You know, they were kind of hoping the shoulders were very broad on the Razor, and then at the end of the day, hell, they just took it, finishing there with quite a big net with lead, and definitely been behind early on in the game. But pretty standard bans coming out here once again. Sven and the Earthshaker here on the side of Darkside, and then we've got, of course, the Drow Ranger Morph and the Viper getting banned out here, but game has changed. Very standard in this current patch and meta, very standard for these two teams right now. Same kind of very similar drafts from the first game. Huskar as well, banned once again.
In fact, if we look at it, all of those heroes were banned in the first draft. And even for Game has changed, they banned them in the exact same order as in the first game. The Huskar was banned now in the first phase instead of in the second phase for Darkside.
Yeah,
but then we instantly see Game has changed, want that Grimstroke this time instead.
Yeah, and it gets stolen away from the Darkside, so they've managed to go 100% of their games playing this Grimstroke, and unfortunately in this game too, in our best of 3, Grimstroke is going to be pulled away from their clutches.
Absolutely, and I think that's actually a worthwhile steal. If your team has been playing with a Grimstroke, it's kind of frustrating to not have it actually, and vice versa. Game has changed. Knew that the Grimstroke is one of their favorites, so why not pick it and take it away? But instantly in return, the Lion and the Brewmaster again.
Alright, so White Mamba maybe potentially going to be playing his Lion again. Giga Guga onto the Brewmaster there. Also, what's nice about a Game has changed picking up this Grimstroke is that sometimes you don't want to ban a hero, and the best way then for that is just to pick it, and then you still save yourself a ban slot.
Absolutely, and at this early stage in the game, it almost feels like we're watching somewhat of a repeat. Finally, we get a different hero coming in, but it almost looked like we were just seeing a repeat with heroes just being swapped between the teams.
Yeah. So I mean, Lich I think is more of a standard 5-year than the Grimstroke. So then I suspect that 3BS will be playing the Grim, and we're gonna see a Lizard Wizard on safe lane Lich.
Absolutely. I mean, Lich offers a terrible amount with his rework, with his ice shield and all sorts. So I mean, he's always been one of those heroes that didn't need a vast amount of items to contribute to his team. He would just throw his ultimate and then say, okay, well, if I die now, I've pretty much done everything that I needed to do anyway.
Yeah, I think as long as that Chain Frost does get off, then you are quite happy.
Dire team ban.
And at this stage now, we're slowly running through, seeing what else gets picked and banned.
This game has changed, been very kind of core orientated in their bans. There's the Ursa with the Phantom Lancer as well.
And then on return for Darkside have banned the Luna and are looking towards their second ban in the second phase. But once again, game has changed, banning pretty much all of the carriers in the game.
Yeah, Void. Earth Spirit really being the only support at all that's been banned. Void as well can be both a carry and an offlaner.
And I believe a couple of days ago we actually discussed how great a pause 3 Void can actually be with the Chrono, so long as you have enough DPS from the rest of your team.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Now,
remaining.
kind of silly wombo combos that you can get into that Chronosphere. Something like a Skywrath
5
ultimate,
seconds remaining.
sniper hitting you from the outside.
Absolutely, and it would have actually worked really well for Game Change because you have the Lich who can do a lot, and then you can use a massive amount of Grimstroke stuff in as well.
Okay, so quite a bit of crowd control coming out here from Darkside with this Disruptor pick. Kinetic Field and Static Storm just really contributing to that control, plus glimpsing enemies back from around the map.
Absolutely, or if you TP in too close to a tower in the Disruptors there, he's going to send you straight
5
back to wherever
seconds
you came
remaining.
from.
Yeah, so quite a bit of a nuisance here, and that Thunderstrike just providing a decent amount of harass in the laning phase. Bit of reserve time getting used up here, but Game has changed. They are going to go straight into cores now with both their supports being shown early on, which is quite fine. But yeah, they do ban out a lot of the cores. And what do we have left? Maybe the Juggy makes an appearance this game. Sniper potentially. We haven't seen kind of the Ember Spirits or Quaps come out of late. In fact, last night we did see a Quap game, which was pretty great.
Absolutely, at this stage, looking at Game has changed. They're going to be looking for more physical damage, so the Razor's still being left in at this stage if they want a mid-Razor. It's that I can't really think of too many physical damage mid-heroes. I mean, there's still a Necro that's been left and hasn't been really used on either side at this stage. Necro is always good, but he's more magical damage. Really
Radiant
played
team
anymore.
pick.
There's Templar Assassin if you really wanted it.
Oh, Wraith King, that's perfect to push with decent DPS on him. Can be a safe laner and an off laner. I do like this pickup. He's strong right now. He's kind of next in line after banning all the heroes that Game has changed has banned. I
10
like that pick.
seconds remaining.
Absolutely,
5
and
seconds
with his little
remaining.
skeletons, he can
Dire
actually
team
be quite an early game pusher if he wants to be.
Oh, just and immediately just getting the raise out for that static link just to draw any damage out of this Wraith King. They did pick him, they picked him into a line as well who's got the mana drain though.
Absolutely, but then when
10
the team fight's
seconds
going to be
remaining.
taken, it's going to be very difficult for Lion to just stand there and drain a Wraith King.
5 seconds
So you
remaining.
have to really play around killing off the Lich and the Grimstone,
Radiant
then
team ban.
keeping the Wraith King counted out.
That's even more damage to steal there from the Razor, but good PL bang on the side of Game has changed. Obviously that Diffusal Blade just having its own mana break here for this Wraith King.
Dire team ban.
Axe, okay, so last ban Axe they're coming out. They still need an offlane here on the side of Game has changed. Axe hasn't really been like a traditional offlaner anymore. He's more used for his initiations. There's a lot of heroes more tankier than him.
Absolutely, we've been discussing the Mars, but we still are not entirely
10
sure if he's
seconds
in
remaining.
the Captain's Mode pool yet. He'll probably be in quite soon though.
5 seconds remaining.
But at this stage, actually have one hero that could do really well for them. So I'm curious to see if it's actually going to get banned out by
Dire
Game has
team
changed.
pick.
And that is the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is great against both Wraith King and Medusa.
Ah, Slark. Actually, that's very true because her talent tree, she can pick up the extra mana.
So I would really be expecting to see the Dark Side to look towards something like the Anti-Mage. I mean, it also might be a little bit of a quote-unquote greedy
10
hero
seconds
still.
remaining.
I mean,
Against greedy then, so it's not even that much of a bad
5
decision.
seconds remaining.
even the Weaver pick works here for Darkside. Weaver on Anti-Mage.
And that eats through mana as fast as physically possible because you just think spells, most certainly you don't want them either reviving or casting that ultimate and just standing there.
Either an offlaner here or the safe lane carry. I think Wraith King can be a nice flex, which is nice. So they've still got their last pick quite relatively open here in Game Has Changed. There is a fair amount of control here on Dark Side, but they could get away with a Storm Spirit, Ember Quap.
Radiant team pick.
Alright, so there is the Anti-Mage, and of course, what a better way then to counter the counter pick than just to pick him.
Absolutely, yeah. Though that does mean that the Wraith King is then going to be moving into the off lane, because you're not really going to be ever running an off lane anti-mage.
You may now select your heroes.
That's an interesting pick, because you generally think that, you know, Bloodseeker is gonna Bloodseeker is gonna do so well against heroes that blink away, but I mean, in fact, the Anti-Mage and Quap don't really get hurt by his ultimate that much. And so I kind of can see why the Bloodseeker was chosen, but he actually doesn't do what people think he does against Anti-Mage when he blinks away, so I'm not convinced by that last pick.
Though we did say that before about the Earthshaker, and then we were proven completely and utterly wrong. And so at this stage, I actually feel like the Dark Side can take this, because just simply 3 greedy cores for Game Has Changed means that there's going to be very little space for them to actually farm.
Yeah, that's kind of the real problem here on the side of Game Has Changed, is that those last 3 picks are super greedy. Don can go into the off lane and kind of try to get less farm than these other 2, but yeah, the 3 of them are an awfully greedy pack. But I mean, Wraith King's probably going to go straight for a Midas again. He's going to be kind of self-sufficient and try to farm up. This Medusa's going to have to get into the jungle as fast as possible. But of course, Anti-Mage, yeah, 11 to farm as much as he does as well. I think it's going to be tough on this team, and he probably will have to go straight for a Battle Fury.
Absolutely. So then I have to push you for this game too. Who is your favorite?
Let's check the picks quickly. So Anti-Mage, Medusa with a Wraith King, very greedy lineup, into a Razor and a Blood. Crowd control from the Disruptor. It looks like a weaker team, but we definitely know we cannot underestimate them, that's for sure. I want to say Game Has Changed. I just feel like they got this massive DPS lineup. I think they're going to do quite well. We saw Wraith King go in the off lane the other night. He did very decent. It's tough. They may struggle to get that Chain Frost off, because Brewmaster's going to pick up a blink. He's not going to be next to people. Blood's also going to be zooming around quite quickly there with his Thirst. What do you think? How do you think the Chain Frost is going to go this game? Do you think they might be able to bounce around of 3 to 4 players on the side of Dark Side, or it's going to be a bit of a shambles?
I think it's certainly going to be bouncing, probably between like a Lion and a Disruptor. Both people you're going to be standing close together near the back of the fights. So that's one place that you can really be bouncing the Chain Frost around. But other than that, I don't think you're really going to have the cores who are really going to be standing close to each other, because you've got Bloodseeker who will run almost entirely towards the back line. And then at that stage you're going to have Razor who's going to be targeting probably your Medusa, so they're all going to be split up.
Yeah, Stone Gay's going to come out. She's definitely going to catch 2 or 3 in that. Counterspell working nicely here. He can block the Hex, he can block the Spikes, he can block Glimpse, Thunderstrike. Does it work on the Blood ulti? Does he send back Rupture?
I believe it does. I stand to be corrected, but I do believe that it can be reflected.
Okay, Grim in that offlane as well is going to be pumping up the Wraith with the Ink Swell. I do like Grim as a position for when you do have big offlaners, because you have Bristleback, Axe, Underlord with an Ink Swell on them. They can run in, it can go cause damage, get the stun off. It's I like the new abilities of Lich as well as of 4. You know, he's got himself a shield, frost shield. Then you've got maybe someone like an Abaddon you put in the lane. They've got the double shield. They can harass. I think this new shield on Lich has been great, and I think just Grimstroke as a hero for the offlane has also been great.
Absolutely. So ultimately, who was your call? Dark side or game has changed? Did we make a decision?
You know, just to throw a spanner in the works here so we can get to a game 3, I'll say game has changed.
And then, just to be contradictory, I have to pick the dark side, simply because of how amazing it was played by Peanut, who is Trash Panda, for those of you who don't know. We did confirm that before this game started. They are the one and the same, it's not someone magically different. They are one and the same. Just because of how well he played in game 1, I have to pick the dark side.
He has not. I suppose, yeah, he did carry. Yeah, Ruined Man not getting his Grimstroke this time around.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be particularly unhappy about that.
What do you make of a position 4 Lion? How greedy can he get, and will he get, and what does a position 4 Lion want to build? Is this a blink game for him?
I'm fairly confident that this is to some degree going to be either a blink first, or he's going to be really considering the ether lens to even further extend his cast ranges. He's probably going to be looking towards a 4-staff to help his team both in and out of fights, and after that, something like yours if he really wants to be able to dodge out items. Other than that, I don't think the game goes too.
I sense a connection between us.
Yeah, so game has changed. Is going to have to really look to get the late game here with this Medusa. A lot of farm for their team. They're super greedy, and in fact, maybe Darkside might just have that early push potential we speak about when you come into a draft like game has changed. This could be a 35-minute game if they're lucky.
Absolutely. I mean, where do
you begin?
Yeah, I think at this stage, with the really greedy lineup that game has changed, you've got to set yourself an absolute boundary. You don't want to be taking this late. Anything past 50 minutes, you're going to really trouble.
Okay, both teams just managing to pick up their bounties. Is going to be an equal 2 for 2. Got I Am Curry playing Razor again in the mid lane. He's going to be up against Jones's Medusa, who did play the Alchemist. Quite similar roles. They're both going to be very greedy. But he does not have that easy Grievous gear just to get in the gold in the last hits.
This is going to be a more last hit dependent game. So you actually have to trade 1 for 1 instead of trading 2 for 1 when you were the Alchemist. But Medusa once again is a hero that likes to go immediately push the lane and then run into the jungle.
Bottom lane, we've got Trash Panda trading his Earthshaker here for the Bloodseeker. He's going to be supported here by Ruined Demand, previously on the Grimstroke, now up against the Grimstroke with 3BS, but he does have that Thunderstrike, just posing a bit of harassment in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, out of all of the lanes, I think that this bottom lane is going to be the most busy. With a Wraith King and a Grimstroke together, they have a lot of kill potential, so I really expect that lane to be busy. In the top lane, actually, as I say that.
Yep, Clap coming out does land onto Lizard with a couple right clicks. White Mamba as well just contributing there. First blood, going to dark side.
Absolutely, I mean, Lich does not have any escape mechanism as much as the anti-mage does, so he's going to be happy with his positioning if he doesn't want to give up a lot towards both the Lion and the Brewmaster.
Yeah, down to the bottom lane. Got Wraith King kind of having an alright time. 2 last hits for 2 denies, but Trash Panda here already 10 for 3. So he's having a much better time here than this Wraith King in the lane here. Inkswell coming at you from 3 PS. Gets a stun as well. He's going to land onto him. Stroke of Fate and Ruin Demand. He's going to fall in the bottom lane. Decent stun, double stun combo should I say here, coming up from a Grim and the Wraith King. Of course that Stroke of Fate as well, getting a slow. So, this is why I like Grimstroke position 4 with kind of these big beefy core offlaners that are also able to stun like a Wraith King. Because, you know, the kill potential, as you just saw, is relatively easy for them.
Absolutely, and this is what I was meaning, that I expected the Wraith King Grimstroke lane to be very, very busy. And they should even be happy if the lane is being pushed all the way nearly under their tower. So at this stage, this Ruin Demand should be looking to instantly go and start pulling in the next wave, because you really don't want to have this massive creep wave going straight underneath an offlaner's tower, because this is a guaranteed at least level, if not level and a half, coming out for both Don and 3DS.
Yeah, so he's just going to pick up his level 3 quickly. Meanwhile, back in the top lane here, Harass coming at you onto the anti-mage. Good hex onto him. White Mamba fleeing for his health. Are able to get away with about 5%. Very, very close indeed.
Yeah, I mean, and in the mid lane, I think this is going to be the most passive lane out of all of them. It's going to be a lane that, when you look at it, nothing is really going to be happening here unless one of the supports goes and rotates. So this lane, or this dead lane, to some extent, nothing is going to happen for either team here until they get together and start then pushing it.
Oh, quite a bit of harassment coming at him from Jones. Is forcing I'm curry under his tier 1 tower. Well, Don bottom there, potential harass. Double mana breaks in the top lane. We've got the mana drain coming out from the line, plus we do have the mana break coming out from the AM in the top. Quite annoying for both either team.
Absolutely. And at this stage, we've got not all that much on the anti-mage when you actually look at it. He's got 22 and 9 on his last hits and denies. He's only got a Wraith Band and he's flying out a Ring of Health. And going to be interesting to see what he goes for first. If he just decides to then go straight into like power trades to help him get a little bit of attack speed, or he's going to try for an immediate Battle Fury.
2 wards getting placed right on top of each other here on the rivers. Both teams really looking to make sure they do not get ganked in that bottom lane.
Absolutely, and it's also the fantastic ability to show at least one side of these river runes, because if you look this side at 6 minutes and you don't see anything, then you know that it's going to be top.
Yeah.
That's always going to be nice, because you really don't want to see neither of the rune spots, and then you see that your opposing mid laner then just disappears for a while and you say, well, did he get a rune? Did he see? What did he get?
Nay.
Oh, big stack here in the top lane. Lizard Wizard just getting it up here for his anti-mage, but White Ram causing a bit of trouble. Earth Sparks are going to fall in him. Does use the counter spell though. Up, got a Stone Gaze coming out already here from Jones as he throws the Mystic Stack. He's going to look to kill White Mamba. He's got the shield in him as well, trying to get the body block. Is going to miss him though. Should get him down. Last hit coming at you from Thomas Gunning.
Thy life's weight in mana pay.
And worthwhile gank from the mid. He didn't unfortunately get the kill, but his core could.
Absolutely, and just as I was discussing, you always want to have some view on these river wards, because that's exactly what happened. The Medusa picked up a haste and immediately knew that she could go and run top.
We do have a tri-lane here in the bottom lane from Darkside. Are looking for a potential gank. They are smoked up. 3BS is in the bush by himself.
Missing bottom.
Wraith can call in the missing bottom. He cannot see anything. He must know there's a bit of action. They are both backing up. Does Blood Rage himself up? I do not know what Mamba's here. Stroke of Fate getting used.
Is there actually kill potential here?
Yep, they might just kinetic field coming out with the... There's this Earth Spikes onto him, but he is going to get away with the Inksoul stun coming at you from Don. Don is a catch him, gets the silence as well. Jones TPing in. Lion's going to fall very quickly. Kill potential for game has changed.
Absolutely, and this is what I was just about to say. It's actually very difficult. If the Inkwell gets off on the Grimstroke, you can't actually physically run at him. And the stun off the Wraith King also is more than enough to just keep them. And they were right near their tower. There was nowhere that you were going to be able to jump them.
Middle tower
No, exactly. Under tower you couldn't dive them, and they actually came back on you quite easily. Wraith also got his skeletons up, and it was quite an easy kill. Stacked camp still up here for the Anti-Mage.
This big stacked camp is going to be extremely difficult for him to actually use.
Oh, but Blood is going to fall bottom to Don Don and 3BS. These wards are so close together, it's scary. Both his teams know exactly what vision they want. They've got both these observers here right next to each other. And Darkside know they just want to see when this camp's going to get staken. In fact, it's going for a triple stack right now. Block, not in time. White Mamba just misses the block, gets the triple stack up, but now they do know about it.
And for this triple stack, I think you're actually going to have to call the Medusa up to try and finish it.
No stun coming up bottom here with the Blood Ride. Gets a kill onto Disruptor. And they are baying for blood in this bottom lane.
Yeah, and as I said at the beginning, this was going to be the lane that's going to have a lot of blood spilt in it. And by gosh, they're living up to the expectations.
Yeah, and the Medusa actually will have to maybe make her way up just to get this farm. Should want to. She's does not have her split shot at all right now, so actually she won't be able to farm that camp.
She can use a Mystic Snake because it is maxed out at this stage. But I think 3 levels into Mana Shield can be a little bit greedy. You might have wanted to go for
A gift from the
at least
tempest
A
of
level,
battle.
if not 2 into that split shot really.
For the dead.
There we go, so 1 level in it, committed Iron Carry coming on the wrong side of the river. But that Plasma Field just doing a bit of work onto Medusa. Here we go, Inkswell Proc is going to catch Ruined Domain. He's going to fight him, Stroke of Fate as well, getting him though. It does get caught in the kinetic field. Is going to get silenced, should be able to kill him. Can you throw one more Stroke of Fate? Ultimate is going to get used here onto Donda, but it's not lethal anymore. He can TP away. 3BS coming to save him. He's able to run away. It's off now. Does have his ultimate. Actually can turn a fight. Is going to get the Wraith Blast off. Won't do too much. In the top lane though, we've got a huge play out here onto the Lich. He's going to go down. Got the Primal Split being committed here. Ultimate coming out here from the AM. He's going to have to get away. But Fire Remnant chasing still. Counterspell looking at. Does get stunned after the counterspell. It's fine.
Thank you.
So 2k net with League and 11 minutes going to the side of game has changed.
Absolutely. That anti-mage ulti was actually very lucky to not be punished more heavily, that he did actually get out. Because he actually ended up ulting a Stormlander who really doesn't do anything to ulti.
Yeah. Doesn't do an awful lot. What's the sequence go after the Earth Panda? Yeah, after Earth Panda, if he does it go to Storm first or to Fire?
I do believe it is Stormfist, so
Okay. Just wondering.
unless you're completely and utterly out of place, generally even your Earth Panda doesn't necessarily die in the middle of the fights, so it's just something
Oh,
to...
counter spell getting used already in the top lane, but he is getting the hex with the Earth Spike. Sinister Gaze pulling him there, but he can blink away to save this. So Thomas Gunn's gonna make it as they turn their attention onto Lizard Wizard. And that Sinister Gaze just able to stop White Mamba from harassing as much as he can. Oh, bottom lane, Bloodrock getting dropped, silence as well, Cundic Field. Trash Panda and Ruan Demand are taking quite a bit of heat in the bottom lane. This combo of Wraith King and Grimstroke can be quite aggressive. Oh, once again. Stun coming out there, they are going to catch him under tower there with the Ink Swat's going to proc. And 3BS getting the kill here with a turning attention onto Trash Pandas. They missed the stroke of fade, but in comes Jones with a Mystic Snake. He's going to get the kill. Ultimate is going to proc. Wraith King coming back. I am carrying now. He's TP'd in. There's the 3 against him. Oh, you're in big trouble. Does he have the Wraith Blast? He does.
Absolutely, and once again, that was actually Medusa who just ended up picking up a haste and instantly running to help out the lane. And that's actually a fantastic way to play it. We know that Medusa is always going to be heavy farming, but now, with the ability to just pick up a haste, you know, oh, okay, well, I've actually probably farmed a little bit so I can go and help the lane, even if I then have to walk back to where I actually want to be farming.
Yeah, and she's got a Dragon Lance up right now, so it's extending her range quite a bit. This stack still here. They are not taking it. And it's a biggie. Wraith King falling in the bottom lane, going down to 3 from the side of Darkside. Goodness golly, this is a massive stack on the top lane and no one wants it.
No, unfortunately, making a huge stack like that for Anti-Mage is not going to really work until he's got his full Battle Fury up. So he has queued it up, and he's got the most important part, the Demon Edge.
Yeah, but
From there,
exactly like you said, doesn't have the Battle Fury up, he cannot farm that. In fact, the Radiant should know that this is a triple stack that they can take, and maybe should attempt it. Get that gold away from the Anti-Mage.
absolutely, yeah. He's still going to be probably, I'd like to say, about another 2.5 to 3 minutes away from his Battle Fury, but once he gets that, his farm will exponentially grow. And at that stage, then you start to get really
There we go, Clap coming out onto him. He's got the shield though, can blink away as well. They're going to stun him up. He's not coming, does have the ultimate, going to jump around with a bunch of creeps, so it should catch White Mamba. Earth Spike's coming out, he's going to fall and can blink away, saves himself on the line, dies to that. Earth Spirit managing to throw his boulder into Lizard. They're going to run him down, another boulder coming out to stun him, and Fire Remnant in the front. Oh, huge clap there, double kill here for Giga Boogie. Trash Panda's bottom getting himself a double kill, both side lanes of the Radiant.
That was very unfortunate, especially whilst we were watching that top lane. Anti-Mage misjudged just how much the Brewmaster was going to do, because he does have both Phase Boots and a Bracer, and that crit was just devastating.
Is missing.
And that puts Darkside in a lead of 1k right at the moment. They did pick up the big XP change there as well. Medusa going bottom, looking to fight, does she? Oh, glimpse back, straight to the mid lane. Stun coming out here onto the Disruptor. He's going to get silenced and Inkswald as well. Should get one more hit. He's going to go down. Trash Panda looking to take 3 BS. He's going to get his thirst off. Get stunned though. He's going to fall though. They're going to mano under the tower. Trash Panda's going to have to back though. But that was a perfect glimpse coming out from the Disruptor.
Absolutely, and that's just as I said, that will happen more often than not if you TP a Disruptor. He's always going to do that. And the only way you can really ever counter it is if you have a Kunkka, and then you get X marked as soon as you TP, so then the glimpse sends you back, and then the X pulls you back to your original TP spot. But it becomes quite complicated to try and deal with.
Yeah. We just got Medusa. She's going to slink away now to the jungle, of course. He already does have a Maelstrom up, so she's actually pretty big at the moment. Queuing up that Scuddy. And she's about to farm big time. Huge.
Absolutely. She does have already a Maelstrom, which is already going to be able to boost her a lot. Now she's coming across to this one.
Oh, no one sees the camp, but Trash Panda finally does. He's looking to get the Stone Gaze out there. He's going to catch one. He pops a Blade Mail. She's hitting him down there in the back front. We've got a Earth Spike coming up down to Lizard. But Medusa's going to fall with one big clap. Turn the attention now onto Lich, gets a double kill and turns the attention onto Don, and he goes down. Does have his ultimate. Nope, doesn't indeed. He falls down. That's 3 down on the side of game has changed. Oh boy, Medusa thought she was going to farm that camp.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
3 down. And turning into tier 1 tower in the top lane as well.
Absolutely, and this is how you always want to play. Turn out whatever kills you get into objectives. Objective gaming is what will win you almost all of the games. Sometimes it doesn't, because then you'll still get killed more. I'm gonna play for objectives.
This Blood's got himself a Radiance queued up. What do you think about it now? 18-minute mark. He's still got to get himself up the Sacred Relic with another 1,000 gold. Is he... I mean, is it fine? He's going to get the Radiance and it'll still be okay?
I think it's perfectly fine. He did go first item Blade Mail, so he could be a more boost to his team. And then the Radiance is then going to offer him more of the farm ability that he actually needs, because
Radiant's
at this stage,
is under
Blood
attack.
can hit creeps and he's perfectly fine hitting creeps, but he's not exactly the fastest farmer in the world.
Nah. Right, open lane you have for 3BS. He's pushing his tower. He's got 3 range creeps as well, helping. Oh, here comes triple TP in exactly. There is going to be a glimpse. Level 3 should be able to catch him.
Fog of War still just out of range.
Oh, he has a 4th coming in. Oh, 3BS does not want to get caught yet. Will be instant death. Oh, got Trash Panda a bit too much of it in the mid. Wraith Blast coming onto him. Does come straight on the Blade Mail, but he might just fall here. One Mystic Snake can come out. Oh, huge Splinking Clap coming out there from Giga Guga. And with a Blood Rocket thrown as well, we are going to fall. This Wraith King does have his ultimate though. Trash Panda is going to have to get back. And they've already committed 1 tombstone. Or at least gotten 1 tombstone off.
Absolutely, so his reincarnation is down. And it is 190 seconds cooldown at level 1.
Radiant's middle tower
So
is
earlier
under
it means
attack.
a little bit more, so you know now if you directly fight him, that you can kill him instantly. But overall, I think that's okay. The Bloodseeker didn't die. He then just goes and farms creeps and is perfectly happy.
Oh, blinking. Thunderclap there. Anti-Mage does have that Battle Fury now, so he's going to be farming a lot quicker. There we go, just melting these easy camps. But I must take my hat off here to Giga Guga, or Gigi Guga. He's really getting, making a lot of use of this Blink Dagger and his Thunderclap. He's getting around the park, he's initiating team fights, using his Primal Split, getting decent boulders off with that Earth Spirit, and he's actually having quite a decent game.
Absolutely, and this is fantastic. People generally end up overlooking off lanes a lot these days, because you think, oh well, you know what, it's just a dead lane basically. But that's a lot of where you can win or lose a game. It's depending on how much you take as an off laner and how much you shut down your opponent's carry. And players that he's been playing at the moment are absolutely top
Dire's
class.
bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom tower falling there, Razor taking it. Actually, the side of Dark Side got all their tier 1 towers.
Absolutely. The bottom is chipped a
Dire's
little
bottom
bit.
tower is
So
under
is the mid.
attack.
Top lane is still perfectly fine for the T1, so they should be happy about that, because that's one of the most closest lanes across towards the Roche pit. But other than that, you're not too terribly bothered by losing this safe lane tier 1 that you can. It's the furthest away from anything that really matters in the game. So if you lose that, you're not going to be the most sour about it in the world. And then rule of thumb is you always try and keep your mid lane towers for as long as possible.
Dire's middle tower is under
Right,
attack.
here's a potential Smoke of Deceit coming at you from the Dire. But they are losing this tier 1 tower. Grimstroke with the smoke. I do not think they're going to commit it.
Dire's middle tower has
Oh, they
fallen.
do indeed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Instantly pinged out by the line. They saw the smoke come over and clear the trees, so they know that there was a smoke
Radiant
relatively close
structures
by to
are
them.
fortified.
And instantly they all ran
Radiant's
towards the top
top
lane,
tower
so
is
you know
under
what,
attack.
we're not going to be hanging around here.
Oh, they're going to be able to fight under Shrine, which is good for the Dire. Radiant turn around looking for more. Up, blink onto straight onto the line so he doesn't get able to get good jumping in. Guys get the thunderclap though. Thomas gun and they're looking to get him. He blinks away. Static Storm is going to get used with the Train Frost coming out. That's already going to fall. Trash Panda getting the kill there onto Dondon. He's going to go down. Primal Spirit getting used with the boulder coming out though. There is a Inkswell on the Grim, but he's going to fall as well. 3 for 1 there. And Darkside really just stamping the authority on the second game.
Absolutely, and that was even more unfortunate to be that Wraith King. He died with 3 seconds on his reincarnation cooldown. So he's going to be particularly unhappy about that. He's going to be saying, you know what, I should have
Dire's middle tower is under
They
attack.
really shouldn't have. And,
Should have, could have,
cost them.
didn't. Stone Gaze coming at you after the Blood Rod is not going to catch anyone. She's looking to get that Scuddy. Already has one of the ultimate orbs.
Absolutely, and what we really don't think about too much is in the moment these teams can make a split-second decision and they don't have all of the information like we do, whereas spectators at home, you may be able to see both sides of the map. So it might have seemed like a really good thing, and at that stage you then realize you made a mistake, and really all you can say is hindsight is 2020.
Oh, Sinister Gazia pulling in White Mamba. They're going to catch him. Earthspike coming out with the Plasma Field. Blood Rod gets dropped. Huge Finger coming out is going to catch Lizard Wizard. Attention here. Glimpse back. The Grimstroke. 3BS is deep trouble. He's going to go down. Does get hexed up. Giga getting off the last right click. 2 supports falling on the side of Game has Changed. Oh, I am carrying a bit of trouble.
Radiant's top tower
Is
is
no
under
blink
attack.
on the Wraith King. Oh, one more stun, yep, might just get him. Oh, behind the trees, did not see him.
I think he was actually even caught within the cast time
Dire's
of
middle tower
Wrecking
is under
throwing
attack.
that red fire blast. So he's going to be angry about just that, to turn around the trees and fog of war.
Yeah, I actually think Razor would have probably made it out there by like a split second. Now we've got 25-minute bounties coming up. We've got a 3k net with Leech on the side of Darkside. They are looking to potentially close out this best of 3 and make it through to the next stage of our tournament.
Money changes hands.
Arms for the
Absolutely,
dead.
and at this stage they're still doing very well for themselves. They're
Tis
4k net
mine.
worth up, and that's always a potentially extremely good thing when you know don't realize how that they are still up at this stage, but they are, and that's against the Medusa anti-man.
Oh, going straight on to I'm Carrier. Ultimate getting committed as well, and he's gonna pop. 800 gold going to a support like Lich. He needs it. He can get himself his boots. Wow, finishes off his Tranquils in 25
Radiant's
minutes.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
That is pure pause-fire gaming there, where you are super broke and can't really do anything. You buy
Radiant's
the
bottom
wards,
tower
you
has
have brown
fallen.
boots and say, team, this is all I can really do for you.
Yes, and this farm of Thomas Gunn just been accelerated by quite a bit. He's got his ultimate orb up, able to afford a Yasha. Ever since picking up the battle for he's done him wonders. In the mid lane, yeah, looking to take this tier 2 tower. Trash Panda is going to be doing work on it. Does get it down.
Dire's middle tower has
Oh,
fallen.
Lizard going to be caught out. He gets taken down. Double silence here, falling onto the side of the dark side. Grimstroke looking for action. Thomas blinking back in. He's going to try TP out. It does get ruptured and thunderclap. Double kill on Trash Panda. Maybe the rupture not so necessary there.
I think he just committed it there for the simple reason that he was like, we need damage before we continue.
Thomas getting in the action, use the counter spell. He's going to blink up, but they got the static link here onto Donna. They're going to look to fight. Blood Rat getting dropped. Stone Gaze coming up there with the static. Plasma Field. Hex coming out there. Does not have Finger though anymore. It's down for 30 more seconds. He might just be able to live and keep it up. They're going to back away. Fighting into this Medusa high ground is a little bit tough, but she doesn't have her ultimate anymore.
Absolutely, but they are low on both the Bloodseeker and the Lion, so they're just going to call it right there and say, you know what, we got as much of that as we could, and no reason to try and throw this game.
Oh, getting glimpse back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Being even a little bit bold there, jumping straight back in onto the anti-mage.
At the end of the day, he's always going to be able to escape. Blink with a very short cooldown, only 6 seconds, with a very low mana count as well. Mana cost.
Yeah, so at this stage, I'm still standing by the dark side seem to have complete and utter control. Not so much over an absolute destroying of their picks and bans through the draft phase, but they just seem to be doing really well with their execution on the heroes that they do pick.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Earth Spark missing their Blood Rod, not also doing too much damage. Medusa does have a Stone Gaze. She's going to get ruptured up though. Into Stone Gaze. They're going to have to turn. I'm not facing, but there's a double silence coming at you from the Grimstroke as Thomas jumps in. Looks like gets the kill. Disruptor is going to fall there. Massive Finger coming out. Is he going to do any damage at all though? Trash Pan having to run away. He's got the aggro there from the tower. They're looking to fight more. Primal Split does come out. Thomas is going to be able to blink away. Wraithkin coming back up. Imcar is going to be in the middle of the fray. The Stone Boulder coming out there. Is going to land into Don. Should be able to fall. There's massive Earth Spike coming out there. Turn their attention on the 3BS as well. They're trying to get him some more though. Plasma Field coming out there. Is going to land onto one. Sinister Gaze putting him off there. As he is gets silenced though. He's going to fall. Massive Stone. Chain Frost jumping around. Double kill for Jones. They do catch 3. Like you said, Lich just dies, but as long as he throws that Chains Frost, it's fine.
And Grace was doing a fairly good job there. He actually ran super deep and was forcing all of the heroes back. So he was almost moving where the front line of the engagement was actually going to be taken. And that sometimes is fantastic, but then he did end up paying for his life, as well as the Brew, who then jumped in to try and help him.
Finger not doing anything in that last fight, and White Mamba still sitting with 1 charge. What do you call that? Is that a 1 charge?
A gift from the Tempest of
1 permanent gain?
Radiant's
What is
middle
it?
tower is under attack.
I would generally just call it 1 stack.
Okay.
I would call it a permanent
Radiant
stack.
structures are
Yeah, okay.
fortified.
Tis
I'm not
Radiant's
sure if it
middle
really
tower
matters
is
what you
under
call it,
attack.
so long as you know it's extra bonus damage. That annoying thing that with 20 stacks will pretty much one hit anything.
I actually would love to see Counterspell and Anti-Mage send in this Finger straight back at Mamba.
I'm sure it can happen. I mean, we've seen several times where Lion has actually ended up hexing himself because he hit the counter spell of anti-mage. So there's still opportunity that if he ever leads with the finger first, that definitely he could be ending up. I was going to finish that with he's going to end up fingering himself, but that just doesn't sound right in my head.
Well, now you've said it aloud, so
Radiant's
now we all
middle
know what you're
tower is
thinking.
under attack.
Duration on the counterspell, only 1.2 seconds, actually very, very short. Glimpse coming here back onto Donovan. He's going to get caught straight into the static storm with a blood rub, but the massive chain frost is going to come out there with a double silence, and Lion's going to fall down. Godlike for Trash Bunny, he's going to take 2. All got the BKBs out, and he's going to try to tip you away. It's going to be for North Jones coming in with a massive stone gaze. Catching 1, but he is going to get ruptured with the blood rock there coming out as well. Where is he? Oh my goodness, did he blink? No, he got glimpse back, get pulled into the kinetic field. Double kill for Trash Panda. 4 falling down on the side of Game has changed. Oh my golly goodness.
Absolutely, and we saw this in the last game. as soon as they start to take these fights, there's just some beautiful team synergy coming out from the dark side. They know what they want to do, they know who they want to focus, and they're making it count very, very easily.
Yes, Anti-Mage, unfortunately not in that fray. He's going to survive. Does have himself over BKB and a Manta style now. I mean, Darkside are having fun with this team, you know. 32 minutes in, 7k net with lead. Medusa falls in the fight, so does Wraith King.
Dire's top tower
And
is
yeah,
under
Anti-Mage is it's not even space created at this point when your whole team dies.
Absolutely, and if you look at things like the network, you would expect to see either the Medusa or the Anti-Mage at the top, but with that
Dire's
Radiance
top tower is
and
under attack.
just the way that the game is going overall, the Bloodseeker is actually 2,000 ahead of anyone else who's even remotely close to him.
He's got himself up his Skull Basher with the Radiance. There we go, finally. I mean, okay, Mac, every single game we've done this week, 30-minute mark, first time Roshan. These teams are not going for early Roshan. They just, I think even when they had a troll this week, they did not go for it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just the South African Dota scene in general that we seem to have not as much value as the international teams put on to the Roshan, but we do eventually put that on. But we seem to set more priority towards T2s than we do towards Roshan, and then after that we consider, you know what, now we should go and do it.
And maybe the teams these weeks just haven't really been kind of Roshan focused teams. Maybe they haven't been able to take them as early. It's been 30-minute Roshans all week. Blood Red coming out, just getting some rest for this last tower. Lich does put the shield on him. On it. I don't think he's going to get to level 25 and get that HP talent though.
Yeah, I mean, this game, as it's trending, is not going to have very many level 25 heroes. So if you're planning towards using 25 talents as your comeback mechanism, I think that might be a little bit greedy. So you've got to work with what you've got at this stage.
Double D is in the river. No wards on it, unfortunately, so they do not know it's there. One more fight looking to take this high ground. Here comes out the kinetic field. They're going to catch Jones in it though. Primal Split getting used as they look onto him. Glimpse though. She's going to get used up. Long use there. She's going to try to get away. Another kinetic field coming out there with the Static Storm. But Grim's going to fall very quickly. They're looking for more. Blood Ride is going to get dropped there. Boulder falling there onto the Medusa. Red King's trying to run away. Out comes the Chain Frost in a bump jump to around 3, 4. Finger coming out there. Don did fall. He does come back with the recon. That's Trap Panda. He's going to get killed. Does have the Aegis. The Chain Frost still jumping around. Silence onto Lizard. They focus attention onto Medusa. She's going to fall. Has to instantly buy back ult onto Red King. He's going to survive. Down goes the Brew. Down goes Don. Looking to chase down Trash Panda. He's way too quick.
I mean, this is absolute mayhem. Kills on both sides, deaths on both sides, Aegis being used, buybacks committed.
For the twins.
It's extremely difficult to follow if you're trying to fit all of that into a single sentence. Let's say that.
2 for 3 trade there, and side of game have changed. Were able to hold their high ground. They still have a tier 3 tower. It's at half mast right now. Oh, catching Rondeman. Was that an illusion? He went invis? Oh, it was a glimpse back.
Definitely was, and
he had no health. He could have been creamed there easily. Double D as well, but that's not going to do too much when you're a disruptor. $11k net worth lead on the side of Darkside. Holding their own. They do have the net worth and advantage. XP graph kind of doing a bit of a wonky wonk.
absolutely this game is going to go up and down. For the most part, it has remained in favor of Darkside, whether it be a small lead like 2 or 3k, up to where it currently sits at about 11,000 gold.
Antimage got the butterfly queued up. He is farming like a beast and is ready to fight a bit more in this team fight and have the evasion up. But I mean, we do have an abyssal blade on the blood. He is ready to stun anyone in his path. Mamba getting some wards out, drops a sentry, gets himself an absorber, it's just so Blood can farm up nicely. Still a bounty run there after 2.5 minutes.
In this game, I think this is what we really need to see out of all of the games. We're looking for really, really competitive, and both teams, it feels like they're evolving over each growing second. They're looking more towards synergy, what they need to do, what they can improve on, and that's all that these tournaments are really designed for. When you're playing amateur tournaments, growth is ultimately the goal. Whether you win first place or you finish completely and utterly lost, if you grew, you have achieved something.
Yeah, and that's the platform. That's the platform created here for these amateur teams, just to get a lot more exposure and to play a lot more games with each other and against opponents. Jones might potentially get caught here in the jungle. He does pop a BKB instantly into a TP away. He's going to get out. Fantastic plays from him.
Absolutely, you might call that a wasted BKB charge, but that is absolutely right. Edge, if he had died, he has no buyback, and that would have been an instant committal onto Arax.
Yeah, down for 4 minutes still.
Yeah, so at this stage, it's extremely difficult to end up breaking the base if you're dark side, especially if they've got all 5 alive. They can slowly start to cut off the limbs, slowly drag this game out, farm all of the jungle spaces. From there, I mean, death of 1,000 cuts really when you starve a team.
They cannot take any shrines yet. I think they need at least just try to take one tier 3 tower and then be able to turn around and take both the shrines. They're strong enough now to do so. And then just slowly starve out. Our game has changed.
Absolutely. To be really starved, especially with Medusa, Wraith King, and Anti-Mage, can be very, very frustrating, because you know, by all accounts, you really should be able to do everything in this game, but sometimes it just doesn't work the way that you plan it out to go.
Just a bit of the drums are coming out from this other game has changed. They're playing their war drums. Dark side, they can actually wait for Uncle Roshan just to come back up. They can turn around, they can take the high ground. Does look like it's going to be a couple more seconds until Rosh is back.
Respawn within 40 seconds, so they're going to be particularly happy that they can go and take it.
Oh, getting caught here in the jungle. Hex coming out here onto the Deuce. Does catch 2 with third spikes. Oh, almost initiated here in this dire triangle.
Absolutely, both teams hanging around, getting to the point of a stalemate until Rosh is either taken or a major pickoff is taken of one of the cores on either side. So I wouldn't be surprised if this stagnates.
Yeah, in this triangle, Rupture is going to land into Jones as he pops his BKB. Bloodrock getting dropped as well. Has to commit. The Blade Mail is going to get the Soulbind onto the two of them. They turn onto 3BS. He's going to fall very quickly. Gets dropped down for a whole minute. Does not have a buyback either. So that is Grimstroke down for a whole 70 seconds. They're going to look to take the high ground. Trashpan is going to jump in. Wraith Blast getting committed onto him. Thomas jumping in there. He's going to commit the primal split though. Chain Frost is going to jump around there. Hits onto White Mamba, hits onto Runderman, goes straight to Iron Carry, goes back to Disruptor. Lion's going to fall. He gets it back onto him again. He's going to have to fight. Huge ultimate coming out there from Thomas Gunn and pops the Razor. They're looking to get more. Giga Guga's in big trouble. They're going to finish him off. Blinks away. Does not get the glimpse off. Kinetic Field still standing. Thomas Gunn looking to get more action. He does not have his ultimate. Blinks onto Runderman. He is going to take down Disruptor. Perfect glimpse there. Oh, Trash Panda here in a bit of trouble. Is able to take down Lizard though. Gets himself godlike. He's able to run away. Heavy thirst in him. Does get the regen as well. He can actually turn around into the fight if he wishes to do so. Oh, he is going to go on to them.
Looking for a better rupture target and fully grab.
Yep. Oh, there we go. They got the clap with the BKB getting committed. They can hit it down. The Thomas is going to blink away. But Medusa does get right click down. They turn their attention onto Don Don. That's already 2. Double kill. Might it be a third? It's going on to Thomas. Thirst is serious at this point, and he does have the double D. Target's going to be BBS, so a very easy target as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
Slightly dying in the middle of the fight because it was so exciting.
Triple kill. Trash Panda doing the most with that double. Turn his attention onto the AM. He's going to get him blinks away though. Does take the tier 3 tower. Shrines are now open. 3BS in a bit of trouble there. Ultimate trying to come out. Is it going to land on him? When Medusa falling yet again. Has to commit the buyback. Double silence coming out here from 3BS. He's going to go down. Double kill for Trash Panda. Mana drain onto the ledge, but he gets time to throw actually a double chain frost though. But 3 fall down. Stone Gaze coming out. Is going to catch Trash Panda. Gigago trying to run for his life. There is a glimpse though. And Trash Panda, deep trouble. Blade Mail isn't up anymore. Got 2 on him. Kinetic Field coming out. Buddy is going to kill Jones. BKB does not. Takes down the line. Takes down Disruptor. 3 for Medusa dead again. That is a dieback. Double kill. Trash Panda having the game of his life. Dieback on Medusa. This might just be GG.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
He's having a fantastic game. He played the best, one of the best Earthshakers I've ever seen in quite a while in the last game, and now he's just showing it with the 20 and 2 on his Bloodseeker. This is how you do it, and he's going to be able to finish off the entire mid-racks all by himself.
Dire's middle barracks
All by himself. 4 down on the side here of Gamers Changes. A dieback for the Medusa. We've got 6 seconds on the Wraith King,
Radiant's
but they're going straight for the tier 4 towers.
Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle
And this is a fantastic play. You know that a lot of the buybacks have been committed, so why must you keep this game going any longer? Straight going.
Trying to focus the attention here onto Trash Panda. They can't get him down. The Wraith King's going to be back with the Reincarnation. He's looking to fight again, but attention straight into Dondan. He's going to fall so damn quick. Anti-Mage as well. Trash Panda is absolutely huge with a Butterfly and an Abyssal Blade. Straight onto the heart. That is GG. They're going to take Game 2 and the overall series. The Dark Side. GG.
Absolutely, that was a fantastic best of 3, taken 2-0 by Darkside, and I think that was just overall fantastic play. Man of the game, man of the series, man of the last game, all going to Peanuts / Trash Panda. Undoubtedly, he played a fantastic game on heroes that we ended up pretty much doubting at certain stages of the game.
So we're going to have Darkside progressing through out of this group stage. We're going to say goodbye to Game Has Changed. Unbeaten thus far, the Darkside, they are 3 for 3. I think we expect good things from them in the remainder of this tournament.
Absolutely, and I think at this stage we do need to mention a big thank you to MSI, who have been helping us throughout this tournament and are our sponsors.
Alright guys, well that is gonna be us here from the commentary desk. We thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you Max so much for once again being my right hand man here, coming out with the quick analysis, the quick breakdown of the plays. Yeah, can't wait for the rest of this weekend. More action. Finals coming out in June. It's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely, and it was an absolute pleasure to join you. I think this was fantastic, and here's to many more in the future.
All right, guys. Peace. Thank you for joining us. I'm out. Bye.